So they'll be hoping to pick up the slack a little bit here. And speaking of Techno, he's already through into the cave. A pretty standard setup. No players on A for Apogee for the time being. 9-10 rattling off some shots, doing damage, but no kills so far.
Oh, he's got so much information. The fact that he saw two people there in the red room, I don't think they've spotted out Demo just yet towards the donut position, but having this kind of info is already a lot to work with for the Mongols. He's sticking around to take the fight, and he nearly got the headshot on Jacob as well, but nice trade in the middle. Now, they are going to execute onto the B bomb site. The smokes are already inbound. There is a defensive smoke on the ramp, but it doesn't really matter because they're going to be pushing out of the cave behind Prism, so he's in a little bit of trouble here. HFA's doing the best that he can to keep it alive, and actually, they're going to disengage from it. I can't believe it. If they would have powered through, I'm so sure they would have been able to get the kill against Prism, but they just didn't want to run through that smoke. So now back we go into the A bomb side instead. It's Techno hanging around the red room looking to control the rotation while the bomb is being planted on this side. Maybe they can still win it.
This kill is going to be so important, and Techno flicks to the head of Jacob. Very low. HFA tries to just start away, but he does have Prism there as well, who loses his head. Techno instantly takes it off, anticipating the re-peek, and now it's the low HFA left as they trade bullets, both running out of the magazines. 3 HP versus 19 as the bomb now starting to get diffused. But he has to go back in for the re-peek. He's going to be sticking on top of this one. Is Techno overthinking this? Is he over-egging the pudding? He has the full 10-second defuse. And it is going to be Apogee taking first blood in this best of 3. I'll roll the dice. And it came up snake eyes for Techno. Yeah, full 10-second defuse. It's outrageous, isn't it? But now Demo, he's going to have to try and contend with his full-on push. But Jacob with a double, making a triple. Tons of damage. And although Mazzino gets 2 in return, it's a 1-on-3 and just a Tech9 by his side.
Yeah, on its own. Do a little bit more damage here would be nice, but obviously the round is, yeah, it's pretty much over already. Great spray, great control.
And so far it's been lightning fast rounds, tons of energy, and Apogee up to a 3-0 start. As you mentioned, it was a bit more of an investment, but the Mongols still with their round loss and that plant in the first round. They've got themselves assault rifles to play with, but what can they get done with it? Smoke's already down onto middle, aggression up on the cat side as well, but the first blood once again goes the way of the Poles.
Absolutely insane protocol being thrown in here from Apogee. They controlled that front of B so well. Prism in the middle to take down Blitz. That's a round that's worth going back to study because, again, it kind of highlights the current meta. They throw the Molotovs, they flash their way in from the B bomb side, and those flashbangs are so insane when you're, because the CTs that are coming in to push are not going to get flashed, but any Ts that are out there definitely will be. They just hit like that little gap corner where you can wallbang through, and it's just such an efficient setup. A lot of teams are doing it, but weirdly, there are some teams that just haven't really caught on or don't feel like doing it. So, huge. The Polish team, you know, if you're going to cause an upset, this is how you want to get started, right? It's the map pick of the opponent. You win the pistol. You just keep on going. They're making a lot of money right now. And a big opportunity here in this round, more importantly, to maybe steal some more AKs back, which you know, that just makes your CT side so much stronger.
Oh, dear. 6 ADR. Definitely wasn't intentional, Andis. So, please, Mongols fans, leave me be. But yeah, Apogee getting him down early on without losing a single lick of health is an unbelievably strong outcome once again. They are unrelenting. They are savaging the Mongols, and Prism getting aggressive behind them. Oh, he could have a hat full of frags if he plays this correctly. Timing slightly off, though, and Techno will punish.
Still might not be a bad position here. Demo up top, and I think he actually overcooked that one a little bit. He could have maybe just played it a bit more defensively, and he would have probably had that first kill for sure. Hypex back here, and Molotoved off for a second. They didn't keep up with the rest of the push down the B ramp, which is interesting. They're actually going to go back through CT spawn instead, so somehow we've ended up in sort of more of a normal round here. 3 versus 4. And a good chance for Mongols to finally get their first round on board. They've got to be a little bit careful because there is a smoke and a kit on Jacob. So if they lose control of the site itself, you could have an interesting diffuse position here. Massino going to be the first guy contact. And yeah, Jacob just goes straight down. And you could make an argument for Apogee to kind of just try and stay away here. Oh, it's not even going to be possible. HFA's going to be going down and leaves Hypex 1 versus 4 to try and save the AWP, although they are coming for him. And in a big way. Nicely done. Smassinio with 3 kills and finally a round for Mongols. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to go on a bit of a string of rounds here. Sometimes you just need that. It's really fun that it's kind of back. I do enjoy it, but also sometimes it just introduces a weird variable in some of these rounds where You know, it's like a bit of a, yeah, you roll the dice, and sometimes you get that kill, and sometimes you're the one to get a bullet instead. This time, it works out for the Mongols. So I guess, like you said, you know, a bit of justice, bit of revenge. So double setup here for Apogee towards the donut position, which means they can get really sandwiched in. Instead, I do like this. Jacob going a bit aggressive. If he stays far back and they get pushed on the other side too, then it's not a good position to be in. So I love the fact that he's trying to be a little bit aggressive in that moment. The push is still coming in, though. The Mongols want to go for it, but the bomb is making its way the other way. So this is a little bit of a fake right now. If they can stay alive, which not going to be the case for Imsidio, not going to be the case for 9-10 either. I take it all back, but you could see that there was a deeper plan here to try and get one kill on A, you know, force the rotation for Apogee, and then actually plant the bomb at B, which it would have been cool. It would have been a great play if it could have worked out, but that's not going to be the case here. Nicely done.
Oof. I was about to say hold the phone for a second, because Senzu did have the bomb, and it was effectively a 1v1 over on the B side. So maybe if he gets the bet that there's a bomb plant, and who knows at that point from a player of his caliber, but his woes continue, still yet to get off the mark, and I completely agree with you. It felt like they were starting to feel a little bit claustrophobic, because they tried to just open themselves up a little bit. And Jacob's aim, by the way, like you were discussing before, just how good these guys are mechanically, he is absolutely bodying the Mongols, and the Mongols are considered like...
You're sort of sold on it if you watch enough of his games. Now, again, I don't know what it means for big stages. I've never seen him play on like a big LAN, so I don't know about that. Well, this is awkward. Little kiss in the smoke. Nobody's watching. All right. Quick trade.
Oh, it ends in bloodshed. Senzu now off the mark finally, but Jacob once again 3 kills from middle. Oh, 2 headshots and a follow-up onto Techno turns this round on its head just when it looked like the Mongols were clawing their way back in. And it leaves 9-10 with 1 kill to try and fend off a 1-on-3 with 35 seconds, but the bomb, as is being illustrated by the Observer, is locked down in middle. Surely the Mongols can't get anything done. He may get the drop, he may get the backstab. First frag comes in, but now his position compromised, and time is just dwindling away.
Ooh. We're not getting the fist bumps. We're getting the little pinky touches coming out from the Mongols. Don't want to read too much into it, Vince, but it could mean that it's the end of the team, you know?
Yeah, we'll have another roster change before the major to add to the list.
Why not?
I guess the thing is for the Mongols, though, like, it's got to be a very, very sort of, like, bleak situation if you lose one of these players, because there's not a ton of talent from that region, right? So, 9-10, though, punishing the aggression this time. Jacob will not continue his reign of terror, and Senzu puts the deagle to use. There is a kill in return, but the Mongols should be able to use their player advantage as they're looking to execute onto the B side.
Yeah, down a man here, but with the slightly better weaponry. Gonna try and see if he can blow open that smoke, and it could have been better, but the flick is not really there for it. I think he could have taken his time. He didn't have to be quite as aggressive on that one. Bomb is planted, and it's a bit interesting here. The Mongols, the truth is they can still have a pretty decent first half, but it has to start now. They need to start winning a couple of rounds here. Some blind shots coming through, and not connecting at all. 9-10 with the AWP on the ramp, and a good pick-off. Rushing forward right into the Deagle. Headshot leaves Hypex on his own. 1 versus 3 here. Again, we're really close, but not going to be able to get away even. So a second round. I think even if they get 4 rounds here in the first half, if you're on the Apogee side, you still have to be careful. You have to be nervous.
Making the most out of earlier, exactly the same you'll expect the Mongols. You know, Senzu to be getting aggressive, Mazinho to be getting aggressive as well, and taking the fight to the poles. Speaking of which, Blitz, though, getting up close into Red Room. Take a bit of mid-control while the rest of his team head over to B.
Oh, but look at this. They're being intercepted, actually. This is such a sick play with the Red Room control. You're absolutely right. It's such a key part, but suddenly the bomb is lost back here instead. And, you know, they would have planted the bomb otherwise. This would have been already a bit of an afterplant scenario, but now instead, the madness has returned to the game. HFA and Demo going to take the fight to Blitz. Suddenly back into a 2 versus 2, and the bomb is being controlled by the CTs down here. And if he can get his teammate in to try and cover his back, it would work out, but he might be a little bit too late. Techno shows up. Slight miscommunication, I think. Demo still going to be able to get the kill, and we're back into a 1 versus 1. So either way, definitely a winnable round here. Senzu, you asked for him earlier. I think he was 0-5. Now at least he's got the first 4 kills. If he can clutch it for his team right now, I'm going to say all is forgiven, and we can be happy that he's back online. Has the health advantage for it, and Demo shouldn't be able to just get the spam down here. He wants to remain hidden and just keep the fact that he's back here a bit of a secret for now. Senzu, nice afterplant position. I don't know. I feel like Senzu's got a big chance to win this now.
Definitely. I mean, the Molotov is the only potential saving grace for Demo, but he doesn't want to give his position away either, so he slowly walks into the crosshair. And as we said, all is forgiven in Senzu. You were 0-6 at one stage, 0-7, but he's bounced back with authority, and we know he's always got that extra gear or two to shift through. Yeah, I think it also goes to show you just how Apogee realized the situation that they're in. Like, they're actually still in a solid spot. Yes, the momentum is maybe slightly edging more in the Mongols' favor here, but they know an 8-4 half. You win that second pistol, like suddenly things are starting to look really good for you on Ancient, a map that typically the Mongols are good on, and they have picked up the first kill. Lots of damage through the smoke as well to Senzu. He has to tread lightly, and considering that 3 of the 4 players are sat out here on the double doors.
You need an entry kill at the moment. Can't really get easily, I think, the wall bang at the moment. 40 seconds left in this round, and you can actually see that, I think even 9-10 he's looking to see if anyone's walking through CT spawn. They have so little map control, they have no idea where the rest of Apogee could be. 30 seconds left here, Vince. This is going to be a B execute, but look at already Apogee. They're rotating in, they're ready.
This is typically where Senzu does his best work, but he does have Mazinho to finish off the weakened Haffa. And now 20 seconds, time of the essence. They're going to be forcing the plant down after the smokes have now started to put into position and funnel away the poles. But when those smokes start to come down, there's only going to be a HE to play with. A lack of kits as well alongside Apogee, and they have some decent crossfires now established for the Mongols. 9-10 going to get aggressive, trying to line them up, sprays them down, gets 2, and nearly a third as well, but Jacob able to stand his ground. The problem is the player advantage now has dwindled away, but Jacob on point once again, and Demo brute forces his way onto the site. Apogee will have an 8-4 half.
That is such a tough retake. The fact that 9-10 pushed into them just as they were setting up one arm of that retake. And I think you're loving that. If you're Apogee, you're so happy that they were allowing you to play that kind of Counter-Strike. And we'll see what happens now. We're already going to go. It's going to be fast and hard towards the B bomb side. No breaks on this one. Techno with the dualies, but there's so many clocks coming at him, and he can't get the kill. Only the one on Jacob, and that is not enough. They get wiped out in spite of the fact that they had 3 people on the B bomb side. 9-10 and Mazinho are left. And it's a 2 versus 4 here in the afterplant. And yeah, if you get a couple of straight headshots right now, you can have that conversation about maybe going for the retake. There's the one. You probably need at least one more to get close to it here. Mazinho, let's see if he can live up to it. It's going to be 9-10 on the other side. It's another absolutely clean headshot, cutting down Prism. And they have an idea. They know that Demo's down here. They're getting very close, just trying to run. Point blank range, pistol up close, and it's going to be Demo going down. Hypex on the other side. He's got the health and even hits the wallbang here, but it doesn't matter. Mazinho gets the shot. If he had the kit, maybe there would have been a way, but without it, it is definitely not going to be happening. Apogee will end up picking up the pistol, and that's huge news. If they're going to cause the upset, if they're going to steal away the map pick here, then this is how it's done. On this T side already, you can see they throw the early Molotovs to try and stop any kind of a run boost from getting from mid onto the B lane to help out the cave. So they're actively stopping the Mongols from trying to run up there. And those are just the little details. Now it's going to be fast again. They know that there's not going to be that many grenades in this round for the Mongols because they don't have the money for it. So why not rush when they don't have the incendiaries or whatever else it is to try and slow them down? And it's worked. It's worked beyond belief. Absolutely wrecking the Mongols here. Blitz on his own. Has no idea what's happening.
I'll tell you what, Ant, when I woke up this morning, I did not have Apogee bodying the Mongols on Ancient on my bingo card. I thought if it was going to be 11-4 score, it would be the Mongols all day, every day, especially on this map.
Back into this one. I mean, we're getting there. It's not done yet, and the Mongols, they've got a little bit more to buy with here into the middle we go, and it's a huge battle with Blitz coming out on top. 2 big kills right at the edge of the smoke. Apogee, I still kind of like the idea of trying to play this aggressively because you've got them almost killed, you know. They're on the ground bleeding. I know you say, you know, you're not supposed to kick a man when you're down, but in Counter-Strike, you definitely do that, you know. Just definitely. It's bad advice, you know. I think that was made up by somebody who was on the ground, you know. Like a philosopher getting stomped on. And they're like, oh, don't kick a man when you're down, Vince. You should. Well, see, we might have lost Vince in the meantime. At a funny timing, no question. 9-10 showing up. It's going to be a nice headshot. And Senzu on the other side. All right, 3 people alive for the Mongols. I know it's not a lot to celebrate, but given where we are at the current state of the game, obviously the you know, not just winning the rounds, but keeping the economy strong. Like, it's all the fundamentals that we need for this to work out. So, we'll see. Timeout being called for Apogee here. They did, in fact. Yeah, they're trying to keep the dream alive. They have 3 people alive as well. And they get to pick up a couple of AKs. 3 of them in total. For once, they have a little bit more of utility. But again, there's nobody watching the B-Rap, which is my favorite thing to hate on. And this is the reason why you're giving the T-side so much space to just run in there, get the bomb planted. Somebody has to be watching this. Blitz is going to be going down. It's Jacob back. He's an absolute menace, just running along with his AK and cracking heads along the way. It's Messinio and Techno now in a 2 versus 4 after plant.
Have that first pull of contact though, and he does remove the head of Hypex. Lots of damage to Demo, nearly finishes him off through the panels of the pillar. It's hard to see how Techno can get himself back activated into this round. He's low, they know exactly where he is. And at this stage, is holding on to an M4A1S a little bit more of a smarter decision here. I don't know if he'll be afforded that luxury. He's already getting flanked in from Jacob, who's now managed to land over 20 kills. 21 frags to his name, 16 for Prism. And Techno is living on borrowed time. Oh, he's got the element of surprise at least. Maybe trade up to the AK, but Demo will deny him. And Apogee now with 7 map points. Unbelievable.
A lot of the times when they were on the CT side, they had that early 3-man setup at B because they wanted to stop the Mongols from being able to rush in there. But a lot of teams, in my opinion, are failing that very test at the moment. And instead, I mean, it's so dangerous. 1 kill and you're on the B bomb side. Now, this is a little bit better. Blitz and Techno trying to bring it back. They're going to find Hypex as well. 9-10 nearly gets away with the ult.
Nearly, but not quite. However, it's looking good for them to retrieve that momentarily. But Demo with the spray, getting the upper hand onto Messinio and maintains most of his HP. There is a way forward here, considering that's the bomb carrier as well. And he already has Prism that's carved a path through on A and is wrapping around the back of CT spawn. There's a way forward here for the Mongols to concede this round, and Apogee to somehow once again pull out the winning formula. The drop from Prism is perfectly timed. Senzu is sent packing, and with that Molotov, it could buy them up enough time for go for that bomb plant, but they are a little bit concerned about the donut side, hence the nade tossed in. Bomb now getting planted. 2v2 retake coming in. Tons of damage to Demo, but he's still alive with 23.
If they steal it away like this, embarrassing for the Mongols. They had this round in the bag. They had the man advantage and everything else, but Prism, what a shot from the other side. Blitz gonna go down. He walked right into it, and Techno, he might get the same treatment. He's gonna be quick to get that kill, but where's the defuse kit? I don't know if there even is one. Smoke is going to go up at 10 seconds. How are you going to try and do that? He taps it once, goes straight for the shot, and will take down Demo. And you can see he's very frustrated, Demo, on the other side. He wanted to try and play that a little bit safer. It's going to be absolutely down to the wire. Techno trying to find the last second, and he barely will. Techno on the defuse with 0.07 left. That was so close, but they get to stay alive here. Mongols now fighting for overtime. But to make it worse, they've got 2 people without helmets. So if they run into some of these Tech 9s or Glocks even, you never know what could happen. It's Messinio close to the corner with the MP9 in hand. He should have a bit of an advantage, but it's the AK coming in first, and still, good shot to start with, and just an excellent spray down. Messinio making sure that they're not going to give up this round. It's Hypex looking to save it. It's a 1 versus 4 for him, so take a deep breath right now, Mongols. He still has to plant the bomb. You should have every opportunity to get this job done. It's a nice position, and who knows, maybe he could have landed that headshot against.
Well, he knows the chances of a player being in donut are high. So he knows that sound cue has been heard, and it has now successfully separated the pack. 2 become 1. 2 effective separate 1v1s coming to fruition here. Hypex has played this perfectly. If he gets the drop on Techno, it could be curtains. Smoke down is afforded now to go for that bomb plant, but Techno perfectly pierces the smoke. Great attempt from Hypex, though, and he does get those 3 kills I was talking about. So, yeah, sure, Mongols, you've won another round. You have 5 more to go. And go for a rotation with. But now Smoke starting to drop onto the B side. This is going to isolate the CT, so they want to press forward and take the fight, but they want to back off. And it seems like backing off is the option. A lot of damage inflicted to Techno, though, as they throw in their counter utility. But it's still 30 seconds to play with. And Apogee, they can pull the plug and go back through middle. They could even hit A here.
Yeah, it's a really smart choice because there was, like you said, there was another smoke even going down. So I think running through 2 smokes onto the B-bomb side is probably a bit crazy. So back back they go. Massinio is here. If he gets the right couple of kills, he might be able to save the round on his own, and a double spray down it is. Jacob does defuse the situation, and the bomb is going to be planted swiftly afterwards. This is still very winnable. Look at the Mongols. A couple of them here, low on health. They're going to catch Jacob, though, and he's down to another 2 versus 4, heavily in favor of the Mongols. See if they could get another retake here, and it's looking very good at the moment. Hypex isolated towards that donut position, and you can see the panic is started to set in. Senzu will hunt him down, and the Mongols to pick up the round. Another one on the board. They need 4 more. It's scary. It's close all the time. Like, they're not getting a lot of chances to celebrate and to just be happy about this game. It's a struggle every single second.
But it's still not done just yet. It's a half buy, but there's a ton of utility, and they're picking up the pace.
Yeah, they are. They want to go straight for that A execute. They're hoping that there's going to be one person here, and they're not wrong about that either. Massinio, he is so lucky to be alive. If he dies, it's straight into a bomb plant here. But I say luck, Prism comes into it. I don't know how that happened, but he got 2 kills. Coming through the middle, he defeated the entire CT defense in there on his own with just a Tech 9. That should never be happening. And that might be what wins them the map, to be honest. Senzu and 9-10. How do you even dream of getting back into this round? The AK player is already low on health. You do have at least a couple of grenades, and 9-10, that is a critical shot. We need 1 more of those, and then we can start to have the conversation. But Jacob says absolutely not. Deagle for the 1, headshot for the 2nd, and Apogee, a shocking victory on the opening map here, taking down the monsters in Mongols. I actually can't believe what I'm seeing.
Maybe Shadow Daggers. What the fuck is this? Nah, man. Yes, sir. That's my style.
It's going to be Apogee starting on the T side, the Mongols on that CT side. To begin with, they don't have any real utilities, so no smokes, no kits, no nothing. They're looking to win right off the bat with just getting the kills and not much else. And look at this 2-man drop making their way towards heaven and hell, and they're just not going to be slowing down. They might even catch him. I don't even think he had the gun out. I think he was just running with a knife there. It's 9-10 now being absolutely butchered here. Oh, but the backup is there. Senzu to save his teammate. Otherwise, I think he might have got shot through the grating there, and it's going to be down to 2 versus 4. The bomb is down here with them, but they are locked in at the moment.
They have taken down Blitz, though. And now from the double doors, they can start to rummage their way around into the vents. Now, because how rapid the opener of this round was, there's still over a minute left on the clock. And the Mongols, they've been rotating so many times, they'll be dizzy. But Demo is going to put Techno out of his misery. Bullet to the dome. 2v2 from a 2v4. Both players healthy. And although 9-10 has made a move down on the B side, because there's still so much time left, he can't assume anything. The Mongols are still so clueless as to where Apogee currently reside with that bomb.
Well, like you said, the fact that there's so much time left means that they are going to be a little bit worried. Not a good position for Techno to take that fight, because his shadow was showing, which is why it was so easy to get that Glock kill. I do like this, though. 9-10, but he's still going to be going down. A 2 versus 4. Now, the other way into a 1 versus 2. It's Senzu having to try and save the day for his team. He's going to open the door, and that reveals his position. Hypex, just wait for your teammates. He's on the other side. Wide swing! And Hypex will take him down. Senzu could not clutch it. Everybody knows what these guys are about, so shocking to see them, like you said, look very average, very human. Like, normally part of the threat of playing these guys is the insane, time to kill that they have. It's so hard to, to turn the corner against some of these players on a regular day. The Polish team have made them look way worse than that. A bomb site under the control here of Apogee. And I guess not too exciting for this round. I mean, not to expect anything really here. It's just a little investment into this round for the Mongols, hoping to do something. Gonna find a kill there, but I doubt they're gonna be able to save any of these rifles. Unfortunate team kill. Okay, maybe actually, at least a Mac 10. You don't want to be saving that, really. I was hoping that they could find an AK somewhere, because that obviously would be the real fun part. Round is gonna be absolutely fine with the AKs. Both Hypex and Jacob are there. So nothing is saved on the Mongol side, but they do a bit of damage, and maybe that's a starting point to have a bit of a conversation to get back into it mentally.
You're against Apogee, you're probably thinking like, okay boys, here we go, let's get a pretty straightforward game, let's get this win under our belt, and then you just run into this juggernaut of Apogee. Now they've got the first pick in this round onto Prison, that's a pretty decent pick, but look at the aggression once again, just ruthless, straight out into the site, and they've got themselves entries aplenty.
Oh, the smoke not quite going up. That is a bit of a miscommunication here, and it might be enough. Messino on the one side, 9, 10 would have been running through on the other side no matter what, so I think they were going to be fine. But, man, that's a round that pretty much the whole round right up until the last 5 seconds, Apogee is winning that round. It's only right at the end that it breaks down.
Yeah, the other great thing about that push is even though it doesn't yield success in terms of a round, it conditions the Mongols to think, well, hold on a second, are they going to rush again? It's always going to be in the back of their mind. This means they're going to have to expend more utility early in the round, smoking the door, molotoving hut as fast as they possibly can. Good frag from Techno, stands his ground with the MP9. But it's all about conditioning. This is still very early on in the half, and this is going to add up. How does he get molotov there on the back of site?
It must have been burning from earlier. There's no way, Vince. He must have been running into it from earlier. That's the only explanation. So they must have thrown that from the T roof, like, way earlier, because there was no push coming in. I'm actually blown away. We're going to have to see a replay of that. He must have just strafed back into it, not realizing somehow. That's a crazy way to die, and now Jacob is ready to capitalize as well. Takes down 9, 10. If they lose the round on the back of this, one, they're going to lose the economy. But also, what a shocking way to potentially lose a bit of an advantage there. 40 seconds. Messino and the Blitz. It's a nice drop down, but it does make a bit of noise. I don't know if anyone could have been nearby hearing it, but 30 seconds. And they're going to make their minds up to go for the B bomb side instead. And from our point of view, it looks like that's a really good choice.
Yeah, they lose the economy, they lose their AKs, they lose their confidence, the momentum, everything. A 4-1 potential lead hanging by a thread. Blitz needs to go huge, and he does just that. And it's clean. 2 clean, crisp kills. And although the bomb plant will be forthcoming, Mazzino's position now could be that nut spot that he can just shut it down and lay it bare. That's all on Blitz, though. Those 2 kills he picks up are worth the round.
Very fast HEs to blow open the smoke out there, sort of almost on top of each other. Kind of interesting to see. But you know what? Apogee have actually got quite far in this one. Oh, Demo, I'd love to see him refight that. If he gets Senzu, they're probably going to get the bomb planted. But now backup is going to be there. Senzu, that's not what you want to see. Caught jumping up. Nice shot from 9-10, but still does pave the way for a potential bomb plant. I don't think anyone's nearby to be able to stop it, so the Mongols still favorites to win this round. You look at the weapons on the other side, but you've got to coordinate that. I don't know why 9-10 is running in on his own like that. I couldn't actually explain it to you, Vince.
Do we have a doctor in the house? Because we need the Heimlich maneuver like applied right now. Like this is kind of crazy. Some of these rounds they're losing and getting close in. However, here we go. This is where the Mongols' skill is going to shine bright. Howard though, oh my god! 2 1-taps with a Tech 9, are you serious? And he gets a 3rd as well! Apogee steal this round away and secure the 4-2 lead out of nowhere!
And the Mongols are at least back with some rifles. It's not every rifle that you would want. Obviously missing the AWP and missing more, maybe significantly, a lot of the utility. But I do like this double setup down towards the hallways. Jacob on the other side, he's already been tagged up a little bit. MP9 maybe could have won the fight there, but the straight headshot's going to make that difficult. Messino, he'll get the 1, and he is swiftly told to back out.
They have the advantage, but we have seen this a few times before, and we know how that's ended up. They've got to get their hands around the neck of Apogee and put them down for good this time. They have every opportunity to do so. 9-10 extends the player advantage to a 2-on-4. Hypex also low. They do have time. They don't have control over the bomb just yet. So surely, I mean, we've been here before. I feel like I'm maybe jinxing this a little bit. But this has to be around the Mongols sweep aside and pick up with 4 players left. They've got to build that economy up, get their hands on some of these AKs, but Hypex, he takes down 9-10 and gives himself a chance.
Yeah, he's no joke, is he? Bomb is kind of in an awkward position here, so I think in terms of winning the round, it really, I agree, it should never be happening, but just doing a little bit more damage. I think Apogee maybe got suckered a little bit into this round where they, they end up just standing outside and doing a lot of aim fights, and maybe normally I'd want to criticize that, but the problem is Apogee have been winning so many aim battles against the Mongols that they probably do feel like it's doable. Oh my god. They managed to just walk almost right past each other. Hypex, he's going to fake it once, trying to buy himself maybe one more kill if he could, but now he has to go for it. He can't delay any further. Techno trying to climb up through the fire. Got to be careful here. Again, low health. I think he faked the audio of running into Hut just to hope that they weren't going to be showing up. He knows that they're there. It's one more headshot down to the 1 versus 1, and he swings and catches Techno. It's unbelievable.
I think it's a really good way of putting it as well in terms of a narrative. Is like for Apogee, they don't know how many more opportunities like this they'll get.
Oh yeah.
Like the Mongols have been at tons of tier 1 events. They're constantly going to be invited because they're still a damn good team. But for Apogee, like you don't know when your next opportunity is going to be around the corner. So when you get these, you've got to make the most of them. There is no excuse for just showing up and being an extra number. Like you've actually got to try and take over, and so you got to give them so much praise and really give them their due credit for how they've been playing so far. Now they have lost Jacob early on. So for one of the first times that I can recollect, the Mongols have a player advantage to kick things off early doors on a CT side for Nuke. Can they control this? That's going to be a big grenade. That's a lot of damage between 3 players.
Pushing up in front again, Sinio, very aggressive move, and he's going to get the second one as well on Prism. Doesn't even reload that gun, just throws it away and picks up the AK instead. I actually like that from Missinio. Again, they're being beat up so much, but he's playing like everything is fine, and that it's just a like you kind of have to, right? Because if you start playing very scared and timid, and you're running away from every fight, that's obviously not the way to get back into this. So there is, I think there is a fake it till you make it kind of element in this, where you just have to pretend like it's another normal day and hope that eventually reality catches up. We know how much of a correlation there is between those opening kills and winning the rounds for obvious reasons. Here's potentially another one. I was going to say Prism. I think he was very favored in winning that fight. Bit of an awkward spray, perhaps. And Blitz will make it out on top. So, still, they get to walk down. Nobody really blowing open the smokes out there. And just going for some of the traditional smoke walls here. Blitz outside. He's going to catch Jacob. I think, unfortunately, that was a question of Jacob just having thrown the smoke towards Mini. And if I'm right about looking at the radar there, it looked like Jacob was way out in the open. He probably could have thrown that in a safer way. So my guess is going to be that if we see the replay, we're going to see Jacob kind of making a silly mistake, if I had to take a quick guess. But 5-on-3, surely, Vince, they can never lose this.
He's gone and done it. He's gone and done it. Smoke's now coming out. Mazzino, though, is in position, and the smoke does nothing to betray his vision. So a free pick. He can hear the pit-patter of footsteps, but Haffa still punishes him. 9-10 is there to return the favor, and so the ebb and flow of this round will go in favor of the Mongols. Finally, they get I was going to say a clutch for a second there. 5v3s will probably feel like a clutch at this point, but they get it done clean. 4 players left alive. They picked up some AKs as well. There is a way they can get a 5th round on this half, which might be good enough.
Get Mongols fired up, and Apogee, sure, like they probably like to win 2-0, but for the entertainment, I'd love something different. It's going to be a Tech9 trying to make its way through the smoke there, and not so successful. Prism goes down, Jacob's next, and unfortunately, they are getting slaughtered a little bit here. 1 Mac-10, actually, a lot of Galil being picked up here, and suddenly we're into a 2 versus 3, and this is losable if you're the Mongols. You must, this is where you want the basics, right? Have a conversation, the bomb is not planted yet, you're not in any hurry, take a deep breath and coordinate this retake.
I do like that Apogee, though, have the wherewithal and the clarity and the chaos to just pause, pump the brakes a little bit. They got tons of time. They don't need to go hell for leather with that forced plan. They have lost Haffa, though, and 9-10 comes in and bags himself a second frag, landing 10 for the half. A good comeback from the Mongols.
One smoke, a couple of decoys as well, funnily enough, but yeah, 1 smoke, 1 HE, so not going to be the most elaborate execute, but they are already off to the races, blowing open the door and running straight into HFA. He's going to be taking down 9-10 already. Demo with a couple of good shots. The dualies are decimating them, leaving Blitz on his own. He's still got 20 bullets left, and I was going to say, you probably should fall back here. There's no reason to give him a chance. You already know that these rounds could be lost because, you won a couple in the first half, so don't give Blitz a chance.
So difficult to see how he can press forward here with 2 players down on the ramp side of B. Julie's going first. They're the first to fall. He's got the 2 kills he was looking for. There's a glimmer of hope, but he loses 60% of his health in the process. Tickling the bomb, trying to draw out one of the players who he assumes was in decon, but that's not the case.
he might have the time for it. It would be a 10-second defuse, so they're going to be a long time waiting for this. And are they even expecting this? Is anyone going to think about the fact that he could be up on the high ground? I doubt it. They've just made the drop-down blitz. This might be the 1,000 IQ play, but no, he gets caught instead. He needed a straight headshot, and Hypex just barely catches him there. Look at that defuse coming in. It's going to be unbelievably close anyway. Jacob is on it, and it's down to the very last second. But the clutch is denied, and Apogee, it's got to be a sigh of relief. I really thought Blitz had that. I'll get you up to speed, don't worry about it.
Okay, I appreciate that. Again, that's the kind of education I want, Anders. Screw reading and maths and all that useless stuff.
That's in the past. We're living past in a new age here. Okay, nicely done. Lobby push coming out. Again, this is a bit of a killer instinct, right? They're already winning, and they're basically saying, you know, it's up to you guys to try and find a solution for this, but while you're trying to figure that out, let's just see if we can make it extra uncomfortable by suddenly pushing in and being aggressive. Blitz is going to get caught as well, and the Mongols, an absolutely critical round. They finally have weapons, and they're getting nothing out of it.
Good entry from Techno, though. They're trying to keep them afloat, but that ship has been sunk. More holes being poked in the hull. And Techno, who was weakened, riddled with bullets. Apogee up to 11.
Apogee have been fighting really hard. Been covering them a lot of the CCT stuff, and it's been a struggle down there, no question about it. There are a lot more teams down there like Apogee. It's not like this is the only team that's out there that can do this kind of thing, so it's cool to see. Now, can they finish what they started here? The defense is on. Prism, they do run right through the incendiary, and Techno, a stunning opening kill. You need that kind of stuff here. He's going to go down afterwards, but it doesn't matter. He did his job, and I think they're going to be able to defend this one. Now, I will say this. If they were really feeling incredibly bold, they would try and get Jacob to the high ground to do the ninja defuse. Probably not the, you know, if you wanted to think about the, you know, what's the highest percentage chance to win, maybe that isn't it, but it's one of my favorite things on Nuke, because very often teams will run away. I would say we're going to see more of that. But for now, we're back to regular Counter-Strike. So lost Techno at the start of this one. 4 versus 5 here. Yeah, nice shot coming through. And Jacob is going to be taking down Blitz. It's another round that starts not exactly in favor of the Mongols here.
Yeah, 2 pretty free picks. Like, Jacob loses 54 HP, but he's still able to stand his ground in ramp. Flashes are good, but they're not able to capitalize on it. He's able to fall back. He could get more kills from this. And even though he doesn't, he's got tons of info. He has weakened Mazzinho and allows Hypex now to get in position with his AWP. Does fire off the warning shot, though. Not able to collect any kills. And so he's forced back from the Molotov. Backs away. Mazzinho, good frag through on Decon, but they lose 9-10 in the process.
Still a chance here. I mean, this is a 5-on-3 that's turned back into a 2-on-3. So honestly, for the Mongols, it's not necessarily a bad development in the round now. Bomb going to be planted here. They need to keep this. I mean, they don't want to be fighting for overtime. You've got to try and do something else. Look at this potential here. Just waiting for it. AWP, all right. Jacob is on the other side. But I was going to say, they have all of the utility. They have the Molotov. They have the smoke as well. They've got the kits. Right now, they're just looking to see if they can find the last couple of Mongols players. Mazzinho and Senzu. Bit of an interesting position, but this Molotov, that's what I said. First start of it here. Hypex does go down, and Jacob is now on his own. Spray is pretty good, but Senzu, just stay alive. Another couple of seconds, all he needs to be bought here. And Jacob not going to be able to get the job done, even if he had. You could hear that bomb is ticking down very low in the background, so a massive victory here for the Mongols, right? It's a 5-on-3. One smoke wall goes up. Jacob trying to blow it open. It's just still one wall. There are a lot of teams that will throw a second smoke wall so that the CTs just have no idea which one to blow open. It's a radical development on Nuke that's been happening in, you know, in the modern days. Oh, the timing is absolutely crazy. Senzu, he was already being spammed down from the other side, and then Demo peeks right into him. So another 5-on-3. How many of these can they actually win, Mongols? Because this is, it doesn't look like this is the path for victory, does it?
It certainly doesn't. Ooh, nice shot, though. That could keep them in it, Anders. That could be the moment. They have outside control as well. They got time to play with. Now, you're talking about almost like this war of attrition. They're just slowly being faded out of existence, but that snapped them back into reality. Good frag from Techno. Catches Haffa completely unawares. That gets them back into an even keel. Time's starting to dwindle, though. The sands of time running dry, and they have to try and make something happen. And it's actually Hypex that's taking the initiative, pushing round from ramp. And oh, he misses his shot! Uncharacteristic, and he gets punished for it. A lifeline given out to the Mongols, and they grab it with both hands.
What is happening? Back-to-back 3v5s that the Mongols managed to pick up somehow. You know what's so crazy as well? If Hypex had succeeded in getting that kill, the bomb was actually towards T-spawn. So there is a chance that he could have stopped the bomb from even going anywhere if he just kind of held the angle to begin with. But he can't know it, and ultimately it'll be the Mongols here coming away with this one. So an 8-11 scoreline here. Demo, he doesn't have the kit. If he had a kit and a smoke here, maybe there is some crazy chance that he could run onto the site and do something, but without it, you could see it's not going to be happening. So, the dream is still alive. Third map, it's not out of the question, although it does feel like a little bit similar to the conversation that we were having on the opening map of Ancient, which is even when the Mongols win.
So I gave you the assist there. That's one of the perks of having a budget Anders with you. You know, I've got you back, twin brother. I've got you back.
I appreciate it. Yeah, also, if I do get convicted, I'll send you to jail instead, so it's going to be fine.
You rat.
Here we go. Jacob outside, and what a headshot it is now. He is shut down eventually, but that second kill especially. He is so lethal. And again, it's the Mongols having to fight their way back at a man disadvantage. Everything is a struggle. And in spite of that, you know, it's 9-11. That just 2 rounds, they've really managed to walk their way back into this game in spite of all of the odds. They need to keep doing it, though. One slip up here, and it could cost them everything.
And that'll be enough to get Prism activated. Player up in heaven as well. It is looking so difficult for the Mongols to even pick up a kill from this position. But we saw Hafa earlier pull out a miracle clutch. Maybe it's the time of the Mongols. Senzu with 1 and 9-10 with a second. They're starting to edge their way back onto the side. They can go in for this plant as well. And there's not too much the Hypex can do about it. Senzu punishes him in the meanwhile. And our Demo caught in an awkward spot of, do I even bother going for this or do I just save? The Mongols, with daylight robbery, finally get their hands on a clutch that should not be.
Messino and Techno a little bit, and there's a flank coming in as well. Again, Apogee have everything they need to win this round right now. They're in great positions. They've got all the health. They've got only 30 seconds on the T side. Mongols, they should lose this round every time, Vince.
They should. Should being the operative word, but 9-10 says screw that, throws the script straight in the bin. As is so often been the case, this has been like a Twilight Zone game of Counter-Strike. Everything you think should and will happen has been the total opposite, but Jacob trying to put some kind of sanity back underway in this matchup. Senzu, though, with 8 seconds, strikes again. There's just not enough time. The plant's going to be so close, he may have just snuck it out. It's going to be a millisecond away, but instead it's too late. Apogee get the round win and now have 2 match points.
And he's got so much map control as well. It's going to leave more space for the rest of the CT side to move around the map. And as a result, they've got 2 people already down below, and it's because, weirdly, of Hypex really forward position over at the lobby position there.
Grenade is a parting gift. Demo will connect onto Blitz. He did go for that preemptive one-tap round the corner, which may have given this one away. It's like you're too confident on this downstairs push. We're not buying. We're suspect of that one. Molotov's down with a flashbang, though, and an explosion out from Techno and Senzu. Tag-teaming themselves in tandem to get 2 frags, get themselves into an advantageous position, and it should be a post-plant on top of it.
Yeah, and you could see Apogee have already made the choice. Back on out of here. They don't have that much money in the bank. The Mongols, you almost would want to say that they should try and hunt some of these guns. Not like they have a lot of cash themselves, but it's kind of a weird calculation here, because if you do get some of the guns away, you're almost guaranteed overtime. But obviously, on the other side, if you lose everything yourself, could be a bit awkward on that side. But yeah, it's going to be 11 rounds here. Mongols so close. I'm so curious. I really want this to go to overtime. I'm so curious if our prediction about them spinning it around is going to be correct. If the experience of being the better team here is going to actually kick in, getting to overtime.
So you'd have to give them the slight edge here, but it's the way that Apogee are playing. Like, it almost feels like they're playing with no kind of like worry, no fear. Look at Jacob again. A really important round. Just pushes red container, gets the frag backs away, and Prism gets the same. They just are unrelenting. They're not showing any respect across to the Mongols. They're playing their own game, and so far it's been working out a storm.
I think you're exactly right. And it's fantastic. This is how you defeat a better opponent. You have to not respect them. You have to pretend like they're just any other opponent that you're going to be up against. Don't worry about where they are in the world ranking. Just shut it down. Hypex going to be dropping 9, 10. And the dream of any kind of an overtime, it's further away than it's ever been. Massinio and Senzu, they've got a little bit of time here, but they do not have the aim for it. Jacob takes another one. He's up to 21. He's once again overtaken everybody in the server. And it's just a young gun left alone. What would be the clutch of a lifetime if he could pick it up, but there's no reason that he should. Hypex will take him down at Apogee with a shocking upset, defeating the Mongols in studio on LAN. What a day for the Polish team.